Good morning, everybody. Let's see, do I even need the light on? Yeah, because it's kind of dark in our room. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Linnea and I just brought Callum to school. It is his first full day of school. So I brought him at 8:30 and then I'll pick him up again at like 3:34. We made the decision to send Callum for at least 7 hours a day. We figured the more time that he's at school, the more time he's playing, making friends, doing things that are really productive for him. Less time at home where he gets bored and needs more structured activities. He can just do it at school. And not only that, he's getting German for 7 hours every day. And he speaks German at home with Roman, but when he's home with me, it's all English. He and I just speak English together. So that's really good, but I feel very confident in his English. I feel like he'll be just fine. But in terms of preparing for perhaps starting school next year, I just want him to have as much German exposure during the day as possible because he's had so much English exposure in the UK, going to nursery and then reception, and he's had a lot of training in English. But what will be important, of course, as the kids live here, the community language will be German. Of course, they need to speak German, but it will be important reinforcing the English by like reading books and even watching things in English and just communicating as much as possible with them and myself in English so that as they grow older, they are truly equal in both languages. And that's the hope anyways. The teachers are, well, I'll just say the past 2 days have been this whole Eingewöhnungs thing, and I've mentioned it briefly, where it's the settling in period. I would say in Germany, the settling in period is much longer. It's a much smoother transition. I know, like when I worked in the United States with kids, that it was pretty much you had an orientation or you met your teacher, but then day one of school, you dropped the kids off and you left. Here in Germany, well, and I'll say in the UK, it was like that too, where we had an orientation where the kids could come with the parents. We met the teachers, we saw the space, and then, but whatever your start date was, which all the children started together, parents dropped him off and we said goodbye. Luckily for Callum's personality, he was fine. He never struggled with leaving. He was very happy. He gave me hugs and kisses every morning. He said goodbye. And then he was happy to see me in the afternoon, but he never felt like he was abandoned or anything. He never struggled. With Linnea, I think probably the German way of settling might be a bit easier for her because she, I think, tends to need us more. At least she outwardly expresses that she needs us more than Callum does. Of course, he still needs us. But I think the idea of just like ripping off a Band-Aid and saying start school, it would be, I think, kind of difficult for her. And she would probably be one of the kids that would cry quite a bit because, you know, she would want to be with us. So we're still looking for a place for her. I don't know how we're going to work that out. We did have to contact the city actually about getting a spot, and we did that 2 days ago. Basically saying what all we've done on our end. There is a German law here that says that every child above the age of 3 has a right to a Kita-Platz or to a kindergarten spot. And every time we've contacted kindergartens, they've all said, we're full, we're full, we're full. We're at capacity, we cannot accept any more. Or they would put us on a very long waiting list, but basically saying maybe she could start in 2 years. Oh my gosh. So it's a bit of a problem because there's this German law that says every child has a right to a spot, but yet there really aren't that many spots. We contacted the Jugendamt, the youth department of the city, and basically just asked what they can do to help, to assist, because, you know, we just moved here. And, you know, if we stayed in London, she would be starting school. She'd be starting nursery in September. As far as Callum goes, he's had, like I said, the past few days of just settling in. And so far he's done really well. The teachers have been really happy with how he settled in. I did stay with him the first day, and then he was only there for just a few hours the first day, and then on the second day he stayed a total of 4 hours. Today's his first day staying the whole day, and I'm excited for him. He loved it. I mean, of course, he just loves being around other children, and he loves playing, and the teacher said that he was confidently able to ask for things in German, confidently able to communicate with them. There were, of course, there are of course a few little grammar mistakes, but you know, the other children speak German with both parents full time, and you know, he's just gonna catch up in a bit. He understands everything. He can follow all the instructions. They had art yesterday. They had a special art session yesterday, and he could follow the instructions just like the other children could. And in terms of understanding, he's right up there with them, which is good, and that is a testament to all that Roman has done. I will admit it does bother me in the comment section when people say that like Roman hasn't done enough to teach kids German, blah, blah, blah. That couldn't be further from the truth. He is such a good dad. He reads German books to the kids every day. He talks German with them, but the fact that he's working a full-time job, he travels as much as he does, he has such a good relationship with the kids, and they speak German and comfortably enough to where they can go to kindergarten, and Callum hasn't had any issues at all. You know, and this is partly why we're in Germany, so that all those little kinks can get worked out while they're young. And I've spoken to a lot of teachers here in Germany. We have children's specialists in our own family here, and nobody is concerned about Callum's German or Linnea's German. In fact, they're really just amazed that at 5 years old and at 3 years old, they can speak as well as they can, that they can switch as well as they can in both languages. Naturally, the community language at some point will always take over. And the community language is German. And in the UK, it was English. So naturally, there are just certain inclinations or certain ways of saying things or certain things that just are a bit more dominant, but that will continue to change. And I'm really pleased. I know that he's doing really well. We've already been to the doctor. Everything's fine. Nobody's concerned. So I want to reiterate the fact that in these vlogs, you see a very small amount of time in my children's lives, because I don't want to have a camera in their face 24/7. That would not be normal. That would not be okay. But I do think it's important to preserve their childhood, to preserve some things, a lot of which doesn't go on the camera. So you don't see a lot of the interaction between the kids and Roman, and you will probably never see that, because that's just something that we as a family have decided to keep somewhat private. And that's just so that we can raise kids that are well-rounded, balanced children. It's natural, of course, I guess, for you to judge, but just remember that you may hear 1 or 2 grammar mistakes in a 3-second, 4-second clip, but there are really amazing paragraphs that the kids speak in German that have no mistakes, and that wasn't caught on camera. So just, you know, of course I understand that everybody has an opinion, and I understand that I put it out there for people to have an opinion. I get that. But I just want to again remind you that what you see in the video is not a full depiction of our real life. We have 24 hours in a day, and you get 10 minutes max on camera of what our day is like. We're doing our best, and luckily the people that are in our circle, our family, our close friends, they don't have any issues with the way that we're raising our children. And if there was an issue, I would imagine that somebody would have told us by now. Today's 4th of July, and I want to do something really nice. So, moving on. I have to get Linnea ready because we're gonna go out for the day. What are we making, kids?
Cake.
Okay, and now we'll start a new row. This one will come down here.
Yummy.
And now you'll do it all the way across. What does this look like, guys?
American cake.
American cake. An American flag cake, huh?
Yeah.
Because today is the 4th of July.
Mom, look.
Yeah.
Put them all in.
Linnea is responsible for the blueberries.
And Caleb is responsible for the strawberries.
Yeah, he's doing the strawberries. You're doing a great job.
Me too.
Yeah, you're both doing a great job. This looks really good, kids. There we go. So we have to do another row now, huh? This looks so yummy.
Yes, and Papa will be so happy.
I think so too.
We have a happy bite here when we're not happy.
Yeah, we want to show Papa the whole thing when it's done. Ooh, strawberry. Good. So the kids and I made the cake. I'm currently cooking some pizzas, and then, yeah, we're just gonna have a little USA party. I might try to find like some US songs because I think it's important to make a big deal out of these things. So I've been telling the kids all day, it's America's birthday. We're gonna celebrate America's birthday. We talked a little bit today about the 4th of July and the significance of the 4th of July, 1776, and the signing of the American Declaration of Independence. And haven't gone into a whole lot of history about the US and England, but this is funny. I remember living in England, and people who knew I was American, they would say things like, how are things in the colonies? It was all in good fun. Nobody took offense to anything. I certainly wasn't offended. But I do think it's important for my American children to understand the significance of this day. And right now they're 5 and 3, and it's just fun. It's a birthday party. America will always be home.
Linnea! Hast du einen Kuchen gemacht?
Yeah.
What part
Kuchen
did you do?
gebacken?
I did the blueberry.
Yay! Happy birthday,
Happy
America.
4th of July!
Love you.
I'm going to carry a house, right?
How is it, Nene?
Bad.
Oh.
Good. Good.
It's good for you?
Yeah.
Good.
Good for me.
Good.
I'm trying to get this blueberry.
It's not listening, huh?
No.
Good morning.
Oh no. I can't do it.
Yes, you can. You can do it. Yeah, you did it.
I did it.
You did it.
My finger slice too big.
No, you can go down. You know what, Linnea? It is raining. You're right.
Mommy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Woo!
Mom.
It is a small slide.
Oh, whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, you're doing it.
Oh my god.
You're doing it.
Oh my god. I'm going slow.
You're doing it. It's all that matters. Doesn't matter how. Got it. Just keep going. You can do it. Wow, what a big girl. Look, she's way off the ground. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Trust yourself. Say, I trust myself. There you go. Good girl. Yeah. There you go. Almost there, bug. Yay! Now come down for your victory slide. Come on down. Woo! Fist bump. Boom. There you go. Yay! See?
Yeah.
You did it.
I did it.
Look at mommy.
Yeah.
See what happens when you tell yourself you can do it? I'm so proud of you. Come here. I know you were a bit afraid, but you did it.
Hi.
It's Friday. We've got our bud home from school. His first Friday of kindergarten is a success. I think he's already sick. Are you sick? Mm-hmm. Stuffy nose or what?
I'm a stuffing nose.
Oh. You need extra cuddles and snuggles?
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to give
I
him.
have to sleep in mommy and papa's bed.
Oh, you need to sleep in mommy and papa's bed?
Come downstairs.
It's Friday night. It's movie night.
It's Friday night.
Friday night, movie night.
Stop.